be talking about what's hot right now, which is the new Chainsaw Man movie, which I recently saw. And this is going to be a review on it. I recently saw it in Japan, and I saw the no subtitles version. So just like really quick, I did read the manga, so I did know what the arc was going to be about. So I didn't go into it blind, and I had a better understanding of what the characters were going to basically say. So watching this movie with that in mind, I kind of knew what to expect. Compared to the manga and the anime, I do feel like it did an exceptionally well job at not just portraying everything and like just the story. It flowed really nicely. And the story itself is around, if I remember correctly, it's not that many chapters actually. So I think it was perfect to be in a movie format. I think if it was a season, which is really surprising because it's been 2 years since the first season of Chainsaw Man came out. And oh my god, when the first season of Chainsaw Man came out. And for me, Chainsaw Man in the beginning never really resonated with me. I didn't really understand the hype. I thought it was fun, I thought it was interesting, like the concept was interesting, but it did kind of remind me of like all those other animes or every other manga that does like, you know, demon hunting, or there's like a corporation and then like the new character's a part of it. But I feel like this Reze Arc with the, you know, this new movie, the Reze Arc, it really changed my perspective a lot, and a lot of people have said the Reze arc is probably one of the most, not just important, but it's also one of like the best arcs in all of Chainsaw Man, and I can actually see why. Because in the beginning, I was not a fan of Denji. I actually thought Denji was really annoying in season 1, and then he got better and better. And the movie itself really, I feel like for me, it really it gave Denji a lot of growth, and I hear later on he grows like a lot more as well too, but I feel like he really grew a lot from season 1. But this movie really does make Denji shine a little bit more. It really gives more perspective of his tragedy, of like not just him from like growing up, but also like his own state of mind and who he is as a person. And I really like that a lot because I think, in my opinion, Chainsaw Man is, without a doubt, it's all about the relationships that are built between these characters. It's not just about the romantic relationships, it's about the friendships, it's about, you know, like working, like the work relationships too, who we trust, who we shouldn't trust, right? And I think they really did like a good job. Reze, who is like the other main character in this story, because it is her story, she plays like that, almost like that new perspective for Denji. And I think it was like really nice to see this new side of a character like bring something out of him that we as an audience don't really see that much. And I think, in my opinion, they really did a good job with all the characters. I think compared to season 1, it's like they grew so much. It's, in my opinion, the animation compared to season 1 too. And we'll talk about the animation a bit. I still want to talk about the characters. The characters, in my opinion, all these new characters were just fabulous. I mean, we don't really get to see much of them. Power's Power, but she barely gets any screen time in this one. I mean, it's not really a spoiler, it's just a fact. Sorry about that. Kobeni is, you know, Kobeni. I think she gets like, I think at most she gets one or two scenes, and then that's it, basically. It's really, in my opinion, it's really heavy with all the male characters. We do get introduced to a couple other characters. We get introduced to the Fiend Devil, who is, in my opinion, kind of my personal favorite. There was like, I wish I could just go back. There was like one scene, there's like a car chase that's happening, and the Fiend Devil just comes in. He just like comes running in. The animation looks so gorgeous with that. But like, I just like, there's so many moments of gorgeous shots and beautiful shots of this movie, but for some reason, like the shot of him like running to just defend his friend or like defend his teammates, for some reason, like that really resonated with me. I don't know why. I just love watching characters, especially in animation, run. It just feels like, I don't know, like really pumps me up a lot. But the Fiend Devil was introduced. We also have the Shark Devil, if I remember correctly. His name is Bean. In my opinion, he was the best character in that movie. He was great. Great comic relief. Great introduction to this like new group of characters. And then we also had the Angel Devil, who is partnered with Aki, which I wanted to talk about. I noticed that the trio, Power, Aki, and Denji, they weren't really together in this that much. Power was kind of like doing her own thing. You don't really see her too much. Then it was Aki and Angel, and Denji and Bean, the shark demon, or the shark devil, excuse me. I really like that. I like how we see these characters interacting more with like other characters outside of this trio. it gives more, not just variety, but it also kind of shows their characteristics a little bit more. Like Aki and Denji, I think they worked well eventually together as like friendships and partners, but Aki and Denji are like completely different personalities. I think when you pair Aki up with someone who is a different personality, like a little bit similar, like very cool-headed, like the angel devil, and kind of like a little bit lazy and like a little bit like Aki in like temperament, it works really well, like just seeing Aki interacting in like a different way. And then Denji and Bean were paired up, and like just seeing their chaotic energy together, that was really interesting to see as well. I think the movie, not just the movie, but like the whole story did a good job just expanding on that more, which I really enjoyed. So let's talk about the animation really quick. The animation, of course, absolutely gorgeous. I already mentioned the Fiend Devil animation where he's like running and then like kicking, not really a spoiler, but like he's attacking or kicking, like gorgeous. I just want to see that. I actually really want to go back tonight just to see it again. Just that one shot. When it comes out on YouTube, I'm just going to be like replaying it because it's so good. It's like the animation is so good this time. It doesn't really keep the same style. The style is a little bit different. It flows better. And I noticed that with movies, when they do animation for movies, like there's more budget to them, there's more money thrown at it, and it flows almost like water in a way. It's like very fluid and everything, even like when there's explosions or like chaotic situations, like it just flows very naturally. And even so, like all of the background characters are doing something. Like you may just have like a random face in the crowd, but they're doing something, which I really like. I think the anime with the first season, it was a little bit more boxy. The animation was gorgeous, but it felt a little bit more stagnated and still, like they were just background characters just as like a painting. But in the movie, it just works so well. Like I think movie format for this kind of story, it was just a really good idea to do. I feel like if they did a season, it would be like, you know, the first half of the season and the second half of the season. But I feel like this arc is just, it works better as a movie in my opinion. I know some people were thinking, why was it a movie? But I think it just works really well. And the fight scene was so gorgeous too. Really great, really well done. And it was gory. Like there were some parts that were like really, almost like you could like just see like, I don't want to give so much spoilers, but like you could just see like when someone was like cut open, you could see like everything inside, if you know what I mean. Which I also didn't really understand. I knew there was going to be for some reason this movie in Japan was rated G, which I did not understand why. And maybe animation, like it's okay, you can get away with like gore and blood. But they had like a little bit of nudity, but I was surprised. This is not really a spoiler, but there was no like nipples or anything that you really saw. Of course, like no, you saw butt, of course, like you saw butts, but nothing like no genitals or anything. But still, it was still kind of like bold that they would still make it G, especially for like some scenes like that. But other than that, I was pretty happy with it. I kind of want to go see it again. And also, like I said, I just think it really shines. It makes me want to read the manga a little bit more because I heard the next arc is going to be even more intense. It's going to be also like it keeps going, like the intensity just keeps going and going, which I was like interested and fascinated to hear about. And if that's the case, like from what we see with Denji's character, how much he's grown as a person, and even Aki's character, how much he's grown as a person too, it makes me excited to see like all these other characters changing. I think of course like some of my favorite characters were the side characters, the Fiend Devil, Bean. Like I said, Kobeni was like barely in this, and I felt so bad. I was like, why is Kobeni even like here? Honestly, is it just for jokes? Power was like I said, Power wasn't even in this as well that much. She appears a little bit in the beginning, a little bit at the end. So any Power fans, I apologize. She's not going to appear so much. Not really much of a spoiler, so I apologize. If you do, I didn't want to give so much spoilers to this. For me, I think it's better for you guys to enjoy it, for you guys to see for yourself. The theater was packed. There was like a lot of people like excited to see, a lot of adults too. I didn't see any children, which I was happy about because like I said, I do not think this is a family-friendly kind of movie. But other than that, yeah, I loved it so much. I might go see it again, who knows. Other than that, if you enjoyed that, please let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more reviews or if you want to see me talk about other movies, please let me know. But I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!